Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm not too sure how long it's been since I uploaded on YouTube, but personally I haven't picked up the camera in months and I really miss it. So welcome back to another episode today. We're gonna be working on my S80 T6. So it's my daily, and the thing we're gonna be doing is changing the mirror caps, which are super used, all like used with stone chips. We're gonna be changing the LED here for the blinker, and we're gonna be changing the lower puddle light as well, which has a super small bulb that barely lights, and we're gonna be putting an LED one. So you can already see I did the right side, which is the passenger side. So the reason why I did that before recording, and don't worry, I will be recording the process for the driver side, is I wanted to show you guys the contrast in between both. So what I'm gonna be doing is showing you guys in different conditions, so with the lights, and see how bright they are, and then I'm gonna turn off the lights and as well see the difference and the contrast in between both. So like I showed you guys, this one comes from a cross country, so I actually have the part numbers for you guys here. So this is the passenger one and this is the driver side one. So here you can see how shiny it is. It's perfect. I really like it. I'm gonna play with the polarizer. Maybe you can see different, I don't know, it's hard to show you guys. And then the puddle light, which you can see it's way better. You can see how many LEDs there is. Don't mind the dirt, I'm gonna be cleaning the car at the end and show you some b-rolls as well. First thing we're gonna be doing is comparing the puddle lights. So here, look. So obviously they're symmetrical as of now, since this is the driver side, this is the passenger side, but they are the same exact shape. The big difference is that here, in that one, that's all there is to it. Look, I'm gonna let it focus. That's all there is to it. A small bulb, it's yellow, it barely lights anything. And it sits in here, there. So it goes till like here, instead of being available all over there. Compared to the LED one, which has like 15 or 14 LEDs and super bright. Like it's a very big difference. It's the same shape, so for installation it's super straightforward, and I'm gonna be showing you guys. The other big difference would be the blinkers, the mirrors. So this one is clear, which I have to say, if they were available in clear and in sequential instead of just one like flashing light, I would have gotten them in that instead of the smoked one. It's a preference. I like them that way. It looks cleaner in my opinion. With that one, like, it's more classy, but since it's not a sequential, I will not be keeping those. Well, I'm gonna put them on the side. I'm not throwing them away, they're still good, but it's the same thing. And here it comes protected, but you can see it's the same exact thing, just smoked, and it's a sequential light as well. And lastly, the mirror caps. So you can see very big difference. Obviously the black one needs more maintenance, so more cleaning and being careful when you're washing it, so it doesn't have too many swirl marks. On the other hand, this one, yes, it's dirty, but look, you can see all the rock chips. It's used. I mean, it's like what, 8-9 years old, which they did their job, but that one looks way sleeker, so hence why I bought them. So I'm gonna be using the same camera settings, so it's fair and you guys can see perfectly the difference. So here it is with the blinkers on, so you can see it's one flash instead of a sequential. And I'm gonna put the puddle lights, so you can see, look, it barely lights it. So you can see off, on, off, on. So it's very dim, and it's really worth the upgrade. And now with the same camera settings, you can see it's a sequential now. It looks a bit cleaner, and same thing on. Look at the difference, it's night and day. I'm gonna be putting it side to side if I'm able in editing. If not, I'm gonna quickly give you it's turned on. We're gonna go there and you can see it's on and barely showing anything. Now I'm gonna turn off the lights because obviously puddle lights are useless during the day, and we're gonna see how it looks during the night. So here's with everything turned off so you can see what it looks like. And just a flash. Then we're gonna go on the other side and you can see it's brighter. I won't focus. So it's brighter and it's a sequential, so it looks cleaner. And now we're gonna be checking the puddle lights. So turning on, give it some time for it to focus. There you go. So you can see that's the light here. So the puddle, if you look at it, so the main puddle is around there, so just next to the driver doors. This here is like some bleeding, some other bleeding, and the rear is the LED license plate, which are super bright as well, you can see there. So we're gonna go on the other side now. There you go. And now you can see it's way brighter. It goes all the way to half of the rear door there. This is here clipping in the camera because it's super bright, same as here. And look how nicer that is. Way nicer if you compare it to here, which looks dull and old as well because it's not an LED. So the first thing we're going to be doing to install it, so you can see there's the mirror cap and the mirror. First thing I do is I remove the mirror. So I press here, so there's some gap here. You can either use like one of these, like the plastic thingy. I don't like it. So what I do is I put my fingers here and slowly unclip it. So the way it's made, it's a circle. I'm going to show you, it's a circle with different clips. Whenever you unpry it here, you're going to have some play to remove the rest. And there's two plastic tabs that slide in that help you align it whenever you're putting it back together. So be careful not to just rip it out. There's also connectors for the heated mirrors. So just once it's unclipped, you can do that. You can see now it's unclipped. I slide it out. Here are the tabs. It's always dirty, so don't be scared. And you can see the small connectors here, like the wires, not the connectors. So I just leave it here because there's no need to actually remove it. If you want, so you can just pry these. There's nothing that should be broken. So first thing I do is I use a brush and I just clean everything out. I don't like to use like a bunch of sprays and stuff like that. Just remove the big stuff, the good amounts. You do that. That's more than enough. So you put it slowly so you don't scratch your paint and stuff like that. And what you're gonna be doing now is I'm gonna show you. There's two entries here, so you can pop the mirror, the cap off. And for the puddle light, you can still see it here. There's a small slit, which we're gonna be using a super fine flathead. And once again, I'm going to show you how it's made and how to remove it. So here's what the backside looks like. It's always dirty, so don't be alarmed. Again, the magic brush. I use that, and you just brush away. I don't like to put water or different like solvents. The reason being here, this is raw metal and that thing is not stainless. And trust me, whenever people have like broken mirror caps, those keep rusting. I don't know how to say it in English. I think it's like they bubble up, I guess. Everything becomes seized, so your electronic mirrors will not be working anymore. It's gonna strip the gears. That's number one. Number two, it bubbles up so much that here that thing will actually pop off with time. It's gonna fall and it looks like shit. So that's something I want to avoid. those right here are the clips I was talking about. Here, that, and that. So you put the small head. I'm gonna show you. So I'm doing it with one hand. So you do that, then you pry it towards the bottom. So I do what I'm doing is that pry. So by doing that, you're gonna free the clips. Then you can just start by here, pulling slowly, and poop, it pops off. It does a lot of sound. It looks like you broke all of the clips, but if you've done it right, it shouldn't. It's a hassle, I have to say. It always feels like you're breaking it. It really does, but that's how you're supposed to do it. So I guess there is no other way. As for this thing here, the light, super easy. You can see the connector is right over there. So just push, pull, that's all there is to it. Or you see here the small tab, you can actually do it with your finger. There you go. And just wiggle it up towards the top, and it just slides out. Same as here. There you go, that's it. That's literally all there is to it. So the way it's made, you can see here that clip here. So it goes in here, then slide off. Same thing. That's all there is to it. So you unplug, plug it back. Before putting everything back together, even though the parts are brand new, like that thing here, what I do is I always turn on the blinkers, like the 4 blinkers, and then just test it out before putting everything back together. It's gonna save you time and money in case you break something. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Finally, the last thing is the puddle light. So we're gonna look how it's made and how it goes in. So that's the driver one. So the way it's made, it sits exactly like that. So it would be like angled like that. So we're gonna look here. You can see that tab can be pushed. Look, and that one is fixed. It's a fin. So the way it's made is it goes in, it slides, so it's pressed here, and then just boop, you pry it to the top and it clips. So to take it out, what you do is you press here, down, and then slide it out. So that's what we're gonna be doing with the OEM one. And the way to do it, to have access, I'm gonna up the brightness a little bit. Might lose some quality there. You can see that super duper small fin here, like it's slit here. That's where you're gonna be putting it. So I'm gonna be putting it that way, pushing it, and then down. That's all there is to it. Forgive me if you don't see much, but I put you guys down on a tripod. So what I'm gonna be doing is pushing it and down. That's all there is to it, literally. Look, I pry it, slide, that's it. And the way you're gonna be doing it here, to take this one off, you just push out. It's sealed, there you go. You remove the bulb here by doing that, and then I thought you guys to always test before putting everything back together, and that's what we're gonna be doing. So I take my remote, I activate the puddle lights because there's a way it's supposed to go. I put it here. One moment. It doesn't turn on, so I switch it the other way. I put it, and it does. There you go. Now it does. So it's the good way, that way. It's very bright. You barely can see anything, but that's how it's supposed. And to put it back, it's the opposite. So slide in and poop, pry off the clips, and that's all there is to it. Super straightforward. And there it is, guys. That's all there is to it. Super simple, super straightforward. Everything's perfectly installed. You can see the puddle light. Everything looks good. And a final check. We're gonna be using my remote. And there you go. That looks great. Love it. Only thing left to do is remove all that crap and then clean the car. It hasn't been washed in like 3 weeks. I've been super swamped with all the midterm exams, and I actually barely drove the car, so it's not super dirty, but I still like to keep it clean. Next step will be some chrome trims that I got, will be some brand new headlight lenses. One of the first thing I really wanted to do, you can see how hazy it looks, like cloudy, and the small yellow line at the bottom here, you can see, and you can actually see here it's more pronounced, is some sealer that the old owner put, because they were actually infiltrating water, which is a big no-no. They're super expensive, and I'm not down to buy another set. So I'm gonna be putting some brand new ones. I actually got some white reflectors, or Euro reflectors. I also got some new grills, all of the front. I got some other chrome trims. I got some interior Polestar parts. We're talking full-on paddle shifters, adding to the S80, which was never an option from factory. We're talking shifter and shifter boot as well, and some other goodies as well. I'm gonna be doing that. I'm super excited. And there it is, guys. It's still all wet. It's not dry, and you can see how clean it looks. Some beads of water on it. Super happy with the result. Obviously right now the car kind of looks like a person in their mid-50s, or like a midlife crisis, so it's like half luxurious soft suspension, but like with sports bit here and there. Just bear with me, it takes a bit of time to have all the parts. I know as of now it's been like kind of boring for the modification. I wouldn't even call them modification, but just be patient a little bit. You're gonna see I got some really nice wheels for winter. I'm talking 20 inches for winter and 20 inches for summer. For winters they are 245, 35, 20. For the summer there are 265 on all four, 265, 35, 20 as well. So it's gonna be a really aggressive look with the suspension from Elevate, which I'm super excited to be installed. So thank you again, guys, for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Thank you, and bye bye.